At age 6, the boys were soccer buddies in an African refugee camp. Now that they're 9, Bill Clinton Hadam, Emmanuel Sango, and Jean-Jacques Rukundo have vastly different lives. Here's Bill, making brownies with fellow third graders in his suburban Atlanta charter school. Here's Emma, up his favorite tree in his refugee resettlement camp in Tanzania. His family's just months away from being assigned a permanent home somewhere in the world. And here's Jean-Jacques with friends outside his house. His camp down the road from Emma's is shutting down, and his family's about to become homeless. 3 years ago, all 3 boys lived in one refugee camp. Their parents had fled wars in Rwanda, Burundi, and Congo. In the camp, they became like family. Their sons grew up together, and for most of their lives, the boys' futures looked interchangeable. But in the world of refugee resettlement, things can turn on a dime. In 2006, Bill's dad hit the refugee jackpot, scoring a coveted relocation assignment to the country of his son's namesake. Today, the family lives in a tough neighborhood, struggles with the language, but Bill has great teachers, a closet full of sneakers, 2 employed parents, a doting little brother, and a U.S. green card. In almost 3 years, he's learned a ton of English, become a video game fanatic,
I didn't see that coming.
memorized the names of every wrestler on Raw. Emma could have such a life in his future too, but for now he doesn't even try to imagine it. The schools in his camp shut down over a year ago, so he barely remembers going to class. Instead, he spends his days scaling the camp's guava trees, using his friend's homemade slingshot, practicing kung fu, and messing around. His little sister's single toy is a bus Emma made her out of a toothpaste box. He also loves Swahili songs, like this one, about a fish. For Jean-Jacques, the future is much less certain. He's the 5th of 8 kids in his family, and he tromps to school barefoot each morning with one tattered notebook. His camp is being emptied this summer, all its residents expected to return to now peaceful Burundi. But his parents, a Hutu-Tutsi couple, fled murder attempts there 10 years ago. All 3 boys have talked on the phone a few times since they were separated. Their dads all have cell phones, but it's a little hard to know what to say. They're all curious about each other's lives, but they're just starting to realize how sharply their paths may have diverged. As Bill heads to 4th grade this fall, and Emma attends an orientation on how to use airplane toilets, Jean-Jacques, his parents, and his 7 siblings are preparing to hit the road, throwing themselves on the mercy of Tanzanians rather than be forced to return to what they feel is certain death. Either Jean-Jacques has yet to take this in, or he's a man thinking practically about his flight. When he had a chance to send a message back to Bill, it was this: "Hey Bill, it's me. Could you send me a bicycle?" For the Christian Science Monitor, I'm Mary Wiltenberg in Atlanta.